Hi guys, it's me, Stephanie Clues. I'm getting over a really bad cold. I'm still phlegmy since before Thanksgiving when I was making that mac and cheese. I started to notice I was getting sick. It was very bad. I felt like someone punched me in my throat, which on a good level I haven't been smoking, but my stress levels, it's like I want to smoke and then I'm like, I haven't done it. I've been doing it less and less, so I'm not going to do it. And I know there's things going on in the culture and society that are pushing us to do these things, to be angry, to do bad things, to get us locked up so they can be funded. And that's not my goal. So stay clean, stay happy, and laugh at the ones that will be persecuted by the Lord for trying to get us all to sin. Anyways, so the girls didn't show up on the Thanksgiving thing at church after I made my mac and cheese, so I went to go see the girls and I brought the mac and cheese to them. And every time I go in there, his mom is like cleaning the house so bad just because I walked in the door. And then the next day, I think it was after Thanksgiving, I went to go see them. Not the next day. After Thanksgiving, because he went to my family's house, which when I had taken care of the girls every day, I never went to my family's for Thanksgiving. And he would always say, "Your family is so fake." And mind you, how I met him was when I was 13 years old. My mom was in a bad relationship. I had turned 13, living with my grandparents. We had moved out because she was being abused and stuff. She was drinking, going out, found stripper heels in her closet. Anyways, and I wasn't having good times in that neighborhood either because it was really ghetto, and she was managing it, and lots of girls were starting problems with me. And anyways, she was just really sexually active with this guy. She would accuse me of running the streets, which I would stay with my friends because she was cooking for him. There were times where I couldn't eat what she was cooking. That's why I kind of stayed skinny. And she knew my brother was smoking weed and stuff, and he pretty much got away with everything. He got cars, he got everything. I didn't get anything. So, I lived with my grandparents, moved in with them, started school again. Ended up that year, I was in the same class with the girl that lived in that same neighborhood, and I had moved completely far away. And she was like, "You look like you gained some weight." I was like, "Yeah, because I live with my grandparents." I was like, "Why would you say that?" We ended up being in the same class together because we were so bad. We had to stay in like a small class. And that whole year, we didn't fight, nothing. And literally, we used to fight all the time in our class before that. Yeah, this is new school. We didn't have problems. But, but yeah, it was bad for me, I guess, because my mom was going out all the time, and she was, like, befriending my teacher. I guess being an embarrassment, I would go see her on the weekends with my daughter's dad would be there. Because when I lived with my grandparents, they lived in a house. Then she moved into a loft. She was drinking really bad. And, Juan was there, my kid's dad. And my mom had come home. We had stayed there. We didn't do anything. And she, like, cut herself and, like, blood and stuff running down everywhere. I don't know what was wrong with her. And, yeah, then I moved away to North Carolina. Because after that, she got with another guy, moved into a trailer. So my brother and them used to go to my mom's on the weekend. I used to go to my mom's on the weekend with them, Juan and them. And they would always drink and stuff. I was just by myself. And they let my brother drink and everything. And he's only 3 years older than me. So they ended up splitting up because the guy supposedly cheated on my mom. They got married. She didn't even hardly know him. And so she was staying in a trailer. This is about the end of my school year after I moved. And I was like, I can't take this. My grandparents would let me go on a cruise because I said I wasn't going to go because he wouldn't let me wear a two-piece. Come to find out, after the cruise, they were talking about how my brother was having sex in our room with this girl and how my grandma's husband bought condoms and stuff. So I packed everything up, went to go live with my dad. Like, I took a handful of Tylenols because I made the cheerleading team. I got kicked off because this one girl asked how old I was. And I was so sad because I got held back in 5th grade. My mom held me back. And this was in, like, I think 8th grade when I moved. And my dad didn't know what I did. And I was, like, laying in the bathroom. He wasn't there. They came home because I was with my stepmom's parents. And I really hadn't done anything since then, like after I had my kids and stuff. But apparently Juan, the whole time, like, he's been going to my mom's. I was pregnant with Sarah. He'd go over to my mom's drinking and stuff. And I stayed at the house with nothing. Her neighbor even told me. So my whole family is just, like, the same like him. That's why I gotta learn to just get over him. They lie about me, which stuff, like, I don't even do. I just dealt with a lot in my life. I'm better off without them, and people think, oh, well, you can't have your kids because you don't get along with their family. I don't get along with my family because I'm nothing like them. I'm tired of feeling like I'm doubted my whole life, doubting myself, never being happy. People are like, why you always sad? What's wrong? Like, because I just don't want to be hurt, you know? Like, I look at people and I'm just like, I could tell when people do stuff. Like, if they drink, if they do drugs, stuff like that. But anyways, about the pills, like, I remember I was not paying. My dad had come home. Stephanie, do you want something? Because after I took them, I was like, what'd I do? And, yeah. I remember, like, waking up in my bed. I don't think he even knew. And, yeah. I was like, why did I do that? I was so scared. And, like, I tried. But there just came a point where there was nothing really, like, I could do. I was friends with a girl who wasn't, like, people didn't really like her that much. And I ended up being, like, really good friends with her. Kind of, like, yeah. So, turns out she ended up, like, talking behind my back. So, anyways, when high school came, I was like, nobody cared. You could do whatever you want. Be whoever you want. So, it's just, I was so behind. Like, I couldn't really focus that much. And I just fell off on the wagon. I wanted to leave my dad's. Like, he didn't talk that much. He was always talking to my stepmom. I just felt really lonely. I wanted my own life. I wanted my own family. I wasn't that close with my dad anyways. Like, when I was younger, just, my mom wasn't around. He got married and kind of just dropped me off with my grandparents. So, anxiety stemmed from going to my mom's, going to my dad's, like, staying with my grandparents. It was like, I never sat down, never got life experiences to learn. I never got to go places like some people. I think the best option for me would have probably just to have somebody there, you know, to teach me. Not being in a public school maybe, because I wasn't living the life as, like, you know, in the ghetto or whatever, child. But there's times when I was, like, with my mom, I was like that. My grandparents, no. I was just really lonely. I wasn't getting life experiences. Everything was, like, imagined. Like, my imagination. Like, I could play. And just had a great imagination. But, yeah. I didn't really start getting angry a lot until, like, I had to, like, fight with my mom. My mom would fight with me. 5th grade, my mom almost tried to get me to go to jail. or go to an alternative school because I went to class and I had bruises on my neck. And my teacher said, come here. That morning she had choked me. And then I went to the principal's office and they showed me and I had to tell them what happened. So my mom kept threatening, oh, they're going to take you, they're going to take you. And stuff like that. And I was scared. Yeah, but I just realized, you know, that's how she is. There's nothing I can do about it. She's going to lie just to, whatever. She don't care about me, so. Anyways, I'm tired of living in fear. I'm tired of having everything taken from me. Like right now, like Walmart there now, they're having family get-togethers. Like, you never went to Thanksgiving with them. I always cook Thanksgiving. It's just, he would say they're fake, but it's come to find out the truth is he's hanging out with them because he's just like them, and I'm just different. I'm not like that, and that's the way I choose to live my life, and it's hard and it hurts because somebody that I love could be that way, but that's just reality. It's sad that nobody sees it. All they see is whatever they want to say about me because I'm a child, because I'm angry, because I have to deal with stuff I should have never had to be dealing with. They tell that to the courts. They say bad things about me I've never done, never been on drugs, nothing. I don't drink. It's just sad. It's sad that my pain and sometimes my anger gets the best of me, but I'm not going to be one of those girls that loses everything because of that. And I feel like whatever happened now was because they didn't see. They didn't see. And it's sad that if one day something bad happens to my kids with him or whatever, now his parents are here from Mexico, what if he gives his parents a car and they get into an accident? What if something happens? You know? And I can't be there to protect my kids. So, they're still living in the ghetto where the house got broken into, literally, and I was accused of it. That very day I was in the hospital with cysts, kidney stones that had ruptured. Because of the stress, it was so bad. And I moved with my kids. I was trying to get them in school because my baby had just turned 1. They transferred the case to that new city I was in the same day that they took my kids. Because their dad wasn't there. I was alone. I took care of my kids. He moved into an apartment. He was never coming home. There's reports when I was at the hospital when I was pregnant. High risk. Because fighting and stuff. He always went out drinking. I know I got pregnant, but I don't regret my kids at all. It's just, that's my decision. I did that. It's sad that somebody could be like that and lie and tell me I'm going to take the kids, I'm going to do this, and then call the police on me because I'm knocking on an apartment door with your kids in the car. Or go to my old house that got broken into because you moved your friends in there, and would tell him, because he didn't bring all my furniture there with the kids, and I had the kids in the car, to my old apartment that we moved into next to my mom. And I scheduled to I enrolled in school after I moved to go at night so he could get off work or whatever, because my mom said she would watch it. My mom would come over drunk, just started palms with me. I could hear her talking bad about me, sitting on her porch to my aunt. It's just, then come over again in a couple days and do it over again, say she's sorry, and she would be drunk. She'd be like, I'll watch them Saturday and 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, I can't, Stephanie, I already had a beer. I mean, I never went a day without having my kids. Never. And now, I can't even see them. I can't even see my kids. They won't. I was supposed to. My birthday was October 15th. And I applied for my new driver's license. And I kept calling them. I told the guy at DMV, I was like, can you please? It was renewed. Can you please? This is my address. You got it right. He said, yeah. So I'm waiting. I called DMV because I didn't get it. And I told him the address number. I still didn't get it. I went to the post office. They said, we don't have it. We can put it on hold for 3 days. I went back to the post office. They said, we don't have it. The postman said it'll be delivered. And then I called. They said, oh, DMV said we got a return address. Maybe there was something wrong. We sent it back out. So I went back to the post office because I didn't get it. And they said, and I gave them my address numbers. We don't have it. So I called DMV again. They said, well, it was sent out. So I looked on my phone online, and they had my numbers mixed up. So every time I would call and tell them my address, they never even told me that the numbers I was giving them were backwards. They just weren't even listening to me. Another really weird thing is, I went to go find it. This address didn't exist. It was like at the end of the street, knocked on doors, and it would be from the 300s all the way to the 600s. I'm like, how can you send something out to an address that doesn't even exist and not notice it? So I changed it. This was November 6th, November 10th. Today's December 1st. And I called, and they said they sent it out on the 16th. And I still haven't received it at my new address. Not the apartment I moved into with the kids, but I got another house when I met a friend from church, got a house, and I'm trying to start my own cleaning business. Because he runs like 2 businesses of his own, so he's going to help me try and do that. And I can have that own like time for myself to kind of. And that's a good experience for me. I believe that was a blessing from God in and of itself, because I actually got time to learn something, and God put me where I needed to be to get the experience in life that I needed. I missed out on because their dad the whole time now got his license, got his papers, got insurance because of the kids, food stamps, took all that, and now he has it. And I don't have that. I have a duplicated kidney system, which I found out about, which could be why, like, could be another bad thing for me. I had cervical cancer. There's just so much stuff. I've got to, like, work hard. And I went around to give out my cards that I ordered and made myself, and trying to get jobs, which I can't now. I'm waiting for my boss. I'm using his car, old boss, whatever, to him to get an inspection on his car, because I can't drive it around until I do that. So I'm just waiting right now. I miss my kids. I'm supposed to have supervised visitation for 90 days since court, November 9th. And Juan won't let me go to the house anymore to see the girls. And he's always working like he always did when I had the kids over his parents are there. And he got a TV, I think, on Black Friday. And I brought a movie over for the girls and cookies and stuff. And I couldn't hook it up. I asked him, because he'd come home on lunchtime and his mom cooked for him. Like, he was a baby just sitting there eating, like. Anyway, so my kids didn't have a bath. They had a cold. I had to give them a bath every time I was there. And all his mom was doing was cooking. And diapers full of PJs, always change their diaper. So I give them a bath and stuff. And they're always happy. Like, I never laugh. But when I tried to see him last Sunday, like normal, because I asked for the cord to fix the TV or something, because I couldn't hook it up right for the DVD player, because I brought the movie. And he said, ask my dad. So I was like, cord or something. His mom brought this long cord, which was so thick. I know it wasn't for that. So, put it down on the couch by me. And I was like, you ain't gonna have to act like that, because, I lived here for 3 years. These are my kids acting like you live up in here, you own the house, all this stuff. Like, I know she couldn't understand me. I was trying to fix the DVD player, and I gave it back. I threw it there. It ain't gonna work. It's too big. Or whatever. So, I don't know. I ignored her. I feel like she did it on purpose. Because, one, he can put things in everybody's head about me. Like, no matter who Juan talks about, he will try to make me look like the bad person. And that's why I have to, like, keep away from that. Because I don't deserve to feel that way. So I tried to go see my kids again last Sunday, and the girls were looking at me through the window. And he said, no, you're not allowed at my house anymore. He never said anything about his mom or whatever, but he was just like, you can't be around, my parents don't want you there, stuff like that. And I was like, why? And, I don't know. So, yeah. His house, which is funny, because he didn't even, the only reason why he lives there is because he knows the owner of the house, and he gets the rent. Sometimes he don't even pay it. Like, he was working every day saying that he won't work, and he was never there. That's why. But anyways, and after someone broke in it, so does he really care about his kids? No, because he even said at court or something he wanted to apply for housing. He doesn't care about them kids. He only cares about himself. Anyways. Oh, yeah. And he has his own construction business. He never took time to show me how to do anything, to help me, to involve me in anything. And the kids are supposed to be doing better. No, my two youngest are staying home with his parents. And Sarah and my family probably pays for her private school. That's it. And that's the only reason why they kept them, because they look all perfect while my daughter's in school like that. But yet my two youngest are still sitting in the house all day. That's not right. I got up to blow my nose. So anyways, I just feel like I'm really sad and I'm hurt because I remember being a little girl. I remember being hurt. I remember having anxiety when my parents, like, leaving. And screaming and crying and stuff. My kids are happy kids, but they're gonna be so sad, like, just thinking about mom standing outside the window, outside the door, hey mama, and I can't see them. You know, they're gonna remember stuff like that. And they're gonna start to put it together, and you never know, that could, like, deeply hurt them, because it hurts me. That really hurts me, that he puts his family before me. I mean, the whole time we were together, and I stayed taking care of the kids every day, I went through his bag, and I found a receipt where he sent MoneyGram home to Mexico to his family, like $8,000, and then I found one where he sent $9,000, $200 some a week. And he wasn't there. He was staying in an apartment 10 miles away. Nobody cares about any of this stuff. And I'm the one that doesn't have my kids. He told me before court, you're going to lose your kids. My family is going to come here. I don't need you. You're nothing. You're nobody. You're not a real woman. Look at you. So. Yeah, I'm skinny. So what? I don't care. There's plenty of times I could have called the police on him for what he did to me. But I didn't. What'd I do? But God will deal with this fine. You know? At least with this time, He's learning his lesson to stay home and take care of the kids. Even though his mom and dad are doing it mostly. He is getting everything he ever wanted, and I believe that God will, he'll realize what he's missing. He'll realize, that he lied and that he caused a lot of damage. So, what I'm thinking about is, okay, so we went to dinner, though, after he wouldn't let me see the girls. He told me we could go out, like, only with him. And I didn't record any of the stuff being in the house or nothing. Like, I was just too busy taking care of my kids. Like, I don't have time to do that. That's why I have hundreds of videos, hundreds of pictures when I stayed home with them, but before all this, actually during the planning of all this. But, I didn't. And, another thing, I was scared, he would throw me out if he saw I was recording. So, or his parents said something, so I didn't. But, he said, we're going to eat. So, I met him to eat with the kids. And a weird thing happened, my phone blacked out, and the battery was charged. When we went to eat, I couldn't turn it on. At that point, I was going to probably record. But, I didn't. Couldn't. We had a good dinner. More like he spoke with his family. If I looked at somebody, he'd looking at me and look nasty, like, at me. Like, why are you looking at somebody? Like, if I was thinking bad about somebody, I don't know, like, he'd just look at me nasty, whoever I was looking at, whatever. And he'd just sit there and talk to his mom and dad while I was playing with the kids, and then, because I got 3 kids, right? So, it was just, like, they weren't watching them. I'm just gonna say that they weren't watching them, and some accident could have happened, because if I was holding one kid, they thought they weren't paying attention, they were just talking, and, because, like, one of them put him in the high chair, right by his mom. She won't look him. I don't know. Anyway. And, I thought she was. Because, like, just one of them was trying to get in the high chair and sitting, like, backwards. And I was looking, I was like, oh, be careful. And his mom was just sitting there talking to one, not paying attention. And it was, like, weird to me. Like, don't you take care of them all day? Why aren't you doing that? Looking. But yeah, in the house, like, they don't have nothing, like, when I used to live there, because I did move out before they took the kids and all this happened, but, because it was broken into. But they literally all sleep together. There's a full bed, it's like a bunk bed, but a full bed and a twin top, and there's no mattress at the top. And then in the middle bedroom, it's like a slide bed, but a hard board on it. Like, and there's no blankets, no mattress, no nothing. They're not sleeping there. And then in the front bedroom, where there's a bathroom and stuff, one bathroom, master bedroom, where I used to stay for 3 years, when I was pregnant and stuff, and had all the kids with me, and nothing. It's completely empty. He moved all his friends out, which was filled with men and stuff, when I moved in the apartment when the kids were in foster care since March 31st. Well, completely empty. His mom and dad don't even have a bed. And I had bought Sarah a new bed before court and had the bunk beds and stuff that I got. And I told him about it, like, if you wanted it or whatever, but I've been over there. I know he's sleeping with them. He's just going to give it to his parents. Because there's, like, a twin mattress, and he lets his parents have that. And then Sarah sleeps on this round chair cushion thing. So he sent a picture to me on Facebook. I don't know what I did. But he's always done that. I always slept with him. Or slept with his friends in the apartment, whatever. I don't know. I didn't do that. When I had them, like, they would sleep in their room. I got a futon for the living room. They'd just sleep right there by themselves. And then have the baby with me. They tried to say all kinds of dirty stuff about me in CPS. And then when I had my forensic evaluation, because my Sarah, my oldest, she was really jaundiced when she was born. And she had to get prescribed Pediasure. She's like real picky, so they tried to say I didn't feed her and everything. And I would get Pediasure and give it to her. And sometimes she would throw it all up, so I was like, okay, maybe she's eating enough. Because they would tell me her weight was fine, so she ended up stopped having to have it. But I told them this because I had speech therapy for Sarah and Bella. And I feel like DSS, because I had to take them all to their appointments by myself. So I had a social worker there I was talking to, and then one of their doctors sometimes, she would always be like real rude to me. And I know one time she told me I reported you to CPS and stuff. Because I had to take them by myself. Juan wouldn't come. Even when I didn't have my van, he made me get on the bus pregnant with both my daughters, Cole. And I had to take him to the doctors because CPS would get mad because I couldn't make it. Because he kept calling and rescheduling them. I was like, you can't do that. And we would get into fights. Oh, I'm getting anxiety right now. Okay, I feel really weird because thinking about all this, it's like, wow, I'm alone right now. I'm not waking up to babies. I'm not taking them to school. I'm not getting to enjoy anything. I'm alone. I'm scared too, you know. I'm trying to start my business. I want to be able to take care of myself. I gotta just stay strong and have confidence. There's some really mean people out there. So if I see a nasty, rude comment that's gonna try and break me down, I'm gonna delete it.